All right, we are ready to roll in this live game, and we're playing 1980 Fall Classic Baseball. The A's are about 10 games ahead of 500, while the Twins are about 10 games below 500. This is Twins at Oakland. Roger Erickson, a C stuff pitcher today, versus Brian Kingman, an A stuff pitcher today. It seems that every time Brian Kingman pitches, he has his A stuff, and it's just the nature of the beast. He's actually overperforming a little bit. Not just with the ERA is where he's pretty much overperforming, but the ERA is not a good indicator. It's not something that can be easily replicated. Let's get started. Let's look at the lineups here. It's going to be Butch Weiniger, Roy Smalley, Kenny Landreau, Glenn Adams, Rob Wilfong, and Hoskin Powell. Then it's Danny Goodwin, John Castino, and Ron Jackson, first baseman, batting ninth. On the mound is Erickson. For the A's, it is Ricky Henderson, left field, Murphy, center fielder, Revering, first base, Gross at third base, cleanup, Gonzalez, the DH, Armas in right field, back in right field. He's playing center field for about a week. Murphy was out, and Essien, the catcher, Guerrero, the shortstop, and Cox at second base. All right, here goes. Let's do it. Pitch from Brian Kingman. And that's going to be a 35. That's a blank there. And on Kingman, that's going to be a ball hit right back to the mound. And that's one down. So Butch Weiniger is leading off, which is kind of unusual. But that's how, I don't know, as the manager, let me see, the manager for the Twins in 1980. Should say it on his card. I think it does. On the team card. See if we can find the team. Oh, there it is. That was quick. It was Gene Mauch. They had a 54-71 record, and then he was replaced by Johnny Gorill. All right, so I think Johnny Gorill is already managing it by this point. We're in the middle of, well, at the beginning of August. Here's Roy Smalley, and that's going to be a 52. That is a KD check. That's the first thing I do, and that 14 is going to fail. So I'm going to use that 14. I don't think I need to roll again, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base for out number 2. Stepping into the box is Kenny Landreau. He's a lefty hitter. Pitch from Brian Kingman, a 36. That's a blank. And on Kingman, that is a line out to shortstop and caught by Mario Guerrero. 3 up, 3 down. We go to bottom of the first, no score. And the Athletics coming to bat. Ricky Henderson leading off. That's going to be a ballpark in a 16. I can already tell you this is at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. That's going to be popped up. He's a righty. That's going to be on the right side. Over is Jackson. Ron Jackson near the stands, reaches in, and he makes the catch. So foul out to the first baseman. Nice effort there by Ron Jackson. So next is Dwayne Murphy with a 16, and that will be a 1-3 strikeout. Otherwise, it's a fly ball lifted to center field. Drifting under it is Kenny Landreau, and he makes the catch. Roger Erickson is over here to the right of the batters, and he is a C. So if we get to that 64, and that's a blank, so we do get there. It's an out, and that is bounced to, he's a lefty, it's bounced to first. Jackson makes the play, 3 up, 3 down. So easy first inning here using Fall Classic Baseball. If you have not tried this game, you must try this game. I command it. Glenn Adams, 32. That's a blank. And Kingman is an A. Oh, that's going to be line and caught by first baseman Dave Revering, L3. Rob Wilfong is next. That's from the left side with a 64, and that will be an out. And a 9 is lifted to right. Shallow right, racing in his Armas, and he gets there for out number 2. And here's Hoskin Powell with a 15, and that is bounced to first. Revering steps on the bag. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. Here we go, bottom of the second, no score. Wayne Gross leading off against Roger Erickson, a 53. That's going to be a range check, but that becomes a KD strikeout. His KD rating is a 1, and we roll the 1. So that's a strikeout. Prevents me from having to go into and looking up an error. A 31, that's almost 99%. That's a base hit, and it will be a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit for Orlando Gonzalez. Gonzalez only had 70 at bats. Tony Armas now. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the second, no score. 1980 Twins at Oakland. This is, I think it's about August 6th or 7th. I'm about a month and 3 weeks away from completing the replay. That will be very exciting to have some stats to look at. And then to analyze how exactly I played it. And, you know, every one of us has a little bit of our own style. That's going to be an out, 64. And a 3 as a righty. It's bounced to third base. Now, third baseman on a 3, if he's an S, will turn it. I don't know that Castino is an S, but we got to check. We're going to check. Is he an S arm? He's an A arm, so he does not turn it. He's going to go for 1. And back to first, not in time. So Tony Armas is on with a fielder's choice. 2 out, 1 on. Here's Jim Essien. Pitch 42, and on Erickson, that's ball 4. So now that pushes Armas to second. We got first and second, 2 out. First and second, 2 out. Yeah, it's bugging me. There it goes. All right. Really like the score sheet, or replay score sheet, because it has this whole thing in here. This is actually the pre-filled one. If you just get the blank one, you can actually put the names of the players and you know who's in every position. So here's Mario Guerrero, who went 4 for 4 in yesterday's game. Here's a pitch. That's a 65. That's a pitcher home run, but it's a -9. Guerrero doesn't hit many home runs. He only hit 2, so it's going to be a -9 off the C, and that's going to be a 0. And he has no more, so that is going to be a line out to right field to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go to top of the third inning. All right, so this game has the largest variety of outs. There's no one inning like any other inning. I mean, you get lineouts, you get pop-ups, you get lineouts to the outfield, you get all kinds of outs. That's a 43. That's a blank there, and it's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's a bouncer right back to the mound. Fielding his position is Kingman. Throws him out. John Castino with a 31, and that is a base hit. Castino lines a single to left center field, cut off by the center fielder Murphy, gets it in to Guerrero, and here's Ron Jackson with a 61. That should be a strikeout, and it is. He strikes him out. Top of the order now. We flip the lineup. Turn it over, and here's Butch Weiniger with a 53 range check. And that's going to be within range. I can almost guarantee it. It's third base, third baseman. Who's playing third today? Gross's range. You can see that right here. Gross's range is an 8. What do we roll? A 7. Oh, he just gets to that ball. And he'll throw to first. That ends the inning. So they leave 1 on the hit. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the third inning, playing Fall Classic Baseball. Live chat. All right, so that's a drive. And it falls in there, but it gets cut off quickly by the center fielder, Landreau. And that keeps Cox to a single. Here's Ricky Henderson. Bottom of the third, no score. That's a 13, and that's ball 4. 2 men on. Murphy's next. We're going to bunt with Murphy. It's a good bunter, and that's a successful bunt to the catcher. 2, 3. So it's a sack, so he moves there. And second and third now. Infield's going to be in for Revering, and that's 35. It's a blank, and on Erickson, it's a base hit single. And how many runs will score? FA score, and he is an F. So 2-run score, 2 RBI single for Revering. He drives in 9 and 1, ninth batter and the first place batter. And he picks up 2 RBIs. So run around first, Wayne Gross, 1 out. Pitch to Gross with a 56, and that should turn into a strikeout, and it is. Second strikeout of the game for Erickson. Roger Erickson on the mound. That's a 46. That's going to be a ballpark, and here it's going to be popped up. 12 will fall into the out range. He's a lefty, so that is the third baseman. Foul territory, makes the catch, and that retires the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, and the score is 2-0 at the end of 3. Athletics. All right, Roy Smalley leading off, a 35. That's a blank, and that will be a flyout in the gap. After it is Murphy, and Murphy runs it down. Landreau now with a 63, and that's going to be a bouncer to second base. Cox sidearms it to first in time to get Landreau, and here's Glenn Adams with a 31, and that's line base hit to right. So a 2-out single for Glenn Adams. And Rob Wilfong, 2 out, 1 on. That's a 24, and that's 1-5 hit by pitch, but it's an 11. That will be bounced to second base, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Fall Classic Baseball. Probably one of my favorite games, my top 3 games. 25, Tony Armas. That's a 1, and that is hit right back to Erickson, who bobbles it a second, gets a grip, fires to first, and gets Armas. Here's Essien next with a 32, and a 32 will be that's a fly ball left field, hit on the screws, but right to the left fielder. 2 outs. And Mario Guerrero, who's 0 for 1, he lined out to right, 42. That will be a base on balls. So a 2-out walk, and Guerrero's on at first here in the bottom of the 4th, and a 2-0 Athletics lead. Cox, 33, and that is ball 4. So back-to-back walks by Erickson. And Erickson finds himself in a jam here with 2 outs, with 2 runners on, and up comes Ricky Henderson, who's 0 for 1 today. He walked, was sacrificed to second, and scored a run. Pitch from Erickson, and that's going to be a 12. That's going to be ball 4. So he loads the bases, walks 3 in a row, loads the bases. And up comes Dwayne Murphy, who's 0 for 1, and he's sacrificed. We're in the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 A's. 2 outs here in Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Dwayne Murphy steps in the box. He bats from the left side. Roger Erickson, a righty. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 42, and that is ball 4, the 4th walk. 4th consecutive walk, and that's going to force in a run. Picks up an RBI on that. One guy can swing here and break this game open. A bases clearing double right here will break this game open. Dave Revering, he's a lefty hitter. Dave Revering in reality batted 290. Last I looked in the last game, he was batting 290. So pretty accurate. We're in August now, so you're going to soon. So the stats are starting to have more of a meaning now. So when you can see how closely the stats are, how accurate they are, it's pretty impressive. So Roger Erickson, not a very good pitcher. Wasn't terrible. He had a 1.3 whip, but wasn't very good either. And here's Revering. So far, I haven't used a chart, really, outside of looking to see a base runner advancement. I think I pulled 3 cards. We're at the bottom of the 4th. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Dave Revering, the batter. I don't know if you remember him. He had a couple of good seasons, one with the A's, and then he was traded to the Yankees in '81. Pretty strange. And because he hit in 1980, he hit 290 with 15 home runs and about 370 at bats. Here's the pitch from Roger Erickson to Dave Revering, and that's going to be a 24, which will be an out. What kind of an out? It's bounced to second. Second baseman Rob Wilfaw flips to the shortstop, and that retires the side. So 1 run on no hits, 4 walks. Oh, no, it's hard to. 1 run on 0. So anyway, here's Hoskin Powell starting off the 5th inning. It's going to be 3-0 Athletics. And here's the pitch from Brian Kingman, who's just been lights out for the whole season. But this is a splits number of 26, and that's going to be line base hit. So Hoskin Powell slashes a Kingman slider to the opposite field for a single. And here's Danny Goodwin. And a 52 is going to be a KD check, which that fails. So that's going to be, what are we looking for here? We can't really, how can we use that for 2? I guess we can use it for 2 and 8. A 52 is an error check. So let's try to second base. And the second baseman, of course, is Cox. Cox is at a 5 at second base in terms of his error number. He is a 5. We rolled an 8, so that will be a 4-6 fielder's choice. Even numbers on those KD checks are double plays. Odd numbers are double plays. Even numbers are fielder's choices. So runner on first, 1 out. Castino, who singled, pitch from Brian Kingman of 14, and that will be a potential double play. That's hit right at Gross. He goes to second for 1, back to Revering at first. 5, 4, 3, double play. They turn it. And the A's get out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Castino hits into that double play. Hit it on the nose, but right at Gross, and he was ready. All right, Wayne Gross is leading it off. It's a 62, and that will be a fly ball center field. Kenny Landreau drifts over, settles under it, makes the catch. Here's Orlando Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2 today. That's a 31, and that's bounced and through into the outfield for a base hit. That's the second hit of the game. So Orlando's fast. Here's Tony Armas. He's a power hitter. He's got 23 home runs. For the A's, leads the A's. Here's the pitch, and that's a 56, and that's a check swing. They check with the umpire at third, and he rings him up. And Armas doesn't like that at all. Muttering under his breath, does not like that, giving him some sort of evil eye at the umpire. But it is a strikeout. So it's a check swing strikeout. And even Billy Martin is yelling something from the dugout. Doesn't think he turned on that. Doesn't he think he went around? All right. Jim Essian with 2 out and 1 on, bottom of the 5th, 3-0 A's. 53, that's a range check with an 11. I'm going to pull a card to see who it's to, and that's going to be third base. That's probably going to be a base hit, Castino. Castino's a 12. He makes the play. Nice diving play by Castino. Gets up, fires the first in time, and that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit. 1 left, and we go to the top of the 6th inning, 3-0 Athletics. This game was played, I believe, August 6th, 1980, Minnesota at Oakland. Ron Jackson leading it off here in the top of the 6th inning. He's a 9th place batter. That's a 31, and that is bounced and through for a single. So Jackson, first hit of the game. We rolled 31 like 6 times already. All right. Butch Weiniger. And we're just swinging away. You know what? He's actually a good hit and run guy. So we're going to try a hit and run here just to get something happening. Where's that hit and run cards? What do I do? Let me see. Here they are. Okay, hit and run cards. Very simple to follow the hit and run. You don't need to. You can make things as easy or as complicated as you choose. And genius is making things simple, not making things complicated. So that's going to be a 10, and it's going to be a ground ball to third base. So Jackson on the run is going to make it to second. Only 1 play for Gross, and that's the first. So 1 out. The hit and run works in as far as not allowing Weiniger to hit into a double play. Here's Roy Smalley, pitch from Kingman. That's a splits, and that's going to be line base hit, and that will potentially score Jackson. If he's fast, he scores a storm or an S or A hold. Let me see what Jackson is. Jackson is fast, so he will come around to score. So the Twins are on the board. RBI single for Smalley. And it's 3-1 now. So we got a pretty close game here in the top of the 6th inning. Brian Kingman, who's always overperforms. He has 3 shutouts in the season because every time you roll for his stuff, you end up rolling an A. So it's just the nature of the beast, you know. Can't control the dice. Here's Kenny Landreau with a 46. That's ballpark. That's popped up. He's a lefty. That's going to be to the third baseman. Right there is Gross. He makes the catch. Lefties, I believe, pop up to the third baseman and righties to the first baseman. This is Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, so the pitchers get a big advantage. Glenn Adams, he's a lefty hitter, playing left field today. 2 outs, 1 on. Scores 3-1. Athletics. Top of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Kingman. A 65. That's a pitcher home run. This game could be tied, but we roll a 20, and that's going to be lined and caught by the third baseman. So 1 run on 2 hits, 3-1, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, Mario Guerrero, here goes a 26, and that will be a lefty. And no, there's no lefty pitching here, so that's going to be an out. It's going to be bounced to second. Glove by Wilfong, and he throws out Guerrero for 1 out. Jeff Cox is next with a 23, and he will swing and miss. Strike 3 on Cox. That's strikeout number 4 for Erickson. Erickson can go 31. He's gone 27 already. That's a 55, and that is ripped for a base hit for Ricky Henderson. He's got 2 plus signs, so he's going to run, and we already rolled 1. There he goes. The throw down. Let's see. The catcher's arm, Weiniger, is an S, so he is out at second base. 2-6. Henderson is thrown out. 2 outs. Oh, that's the 3rd out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. Rob Wilfong. Pitch from Kingman at 25, and that's going to be against a righty. That's going to be line base hit. That's a splits number. So we get splits playing a role constantly in this game. It's not the driving mechanic behind the game. It's just a part of the game. Hoskin Powell, 36, and that's a blank and 11. Let's see, he's fast, and that'll be to first base. It'll be a 6-3. Moving to second is Wilfong. Danny Goodwin up next. Goodwin today is 0 for 2. He's hitting 2 grounders, basically. Hit 2 grounders, a 36 and a 16. That is a ground ball to shortstop who looks the runner back. And here's John Castino with a 22, and that is ripped for a base hit. This will probably score a run. Wilfong, I believe, should be fast. Oh, 2 to home is going to be an assist from the right fielder. Right fielder assist his arm as he's 1-5. So 1-5. Here's the throw to the plate. The tag by the catcher, Essien, and he is out at the plate. Single and a 9. Armas picks up an assist. 9-2. All right, 3-1. No runs, 2 hits. And 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Both pitchers are still in here. You know, I push pitchers to go complete games. Roger Erickson can go 31, so he's still good. Here's the pitch. 34, and a 34 against Erickson will be a single for Murphy. Slaps one to left field. Takes an outside pitch and goes that way, and he's on at first. Here's Dave Revering with a 13, which will be a 3-6-3 double play, and they turn it. 2 outs, nobody on. Wayne Gross with a 65, and that's a drive Oh boy, that is trouble. That is, let's see, he's a 9 minus 5 is a 4, and he rolls a 4, and that ball is out of here. Wayne Gross connects, drives one deep to right field. And the score now is 4-1. And it's really, you look at the home run here, he's a C pitcher, so it's 1-9 minus it was -5, I believe, and that makes it a 4. I rolled a 4. Here's a pitch to the next batter, Orlando Gonzalez, a 33, and that is a hard hit ground ball and through for a base hit. Now he may be tired. He may be fatigued now. Let's see. He's gone 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That was his 32nd batter, so he is out. He is out of there, as they say. So let's quickly look and see who we got here in the bullpen. We got everybody because you get every player with this game. Let me go real quickly here to check out my. All right, it's going to be. I'm going into my PC Replay Baseball roster. Okay, let me see who we have available in the Twins bullpen because I don't know their team very well. Know my own, but all right. So we're going to bring in Verhoeven. Oh, Verhoeven already has got his limit, 44 games. Okay, we're going to go to a guy named Arroyo. Oh no, he starts in the game. All right, I see what's going on. We're going to a guy named Williams. Let's go to Albert Williams. All right, Albert Williams is coming in. Let's see, we're going to roll for him, see what kind of bullpen he had. So let's roll. 1 to 6 is an A, and we roll a 20. That will be C stuff. So Williams comes in with C stuff. Doesn't always dictate what's going to happen, but it definitely has an effect. So Armas is up against Albert Williams. I don't know if you remember him. He had 1.3 whip. Pitched in 18 games, 9 starts. All right, so 2 out, 1 on. Scores 4-1. Athletics. Here's the pitch to Armas. That's a snake eyes, and that's going to be a 1-8 single. Nope, it's 11. So that's going to be bounced right back to the pitcher. And Williams makes the play to retire the side. So 1 run on 3 hits. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 4-1. Oakland Athletics. Ron Jackson leading off here. We're pushing Kingman. Kingman can go 30, and he's gone. This is going to be his 27th batter. And then after that, until he allows a base runner, and this will be an out. Fly ball, right field. Armas, 1 down. Weiniger, 0 for 3, grounded out 3 times today. Here's a pitch from Kingman, a 23, and that will be a fly ball center field. Hit right on the screws, but right there is Murphy, who's been out with an injury in the last few games. He missed a bunch of games, and Armas was in center. And here's Roy Smalley. 2 out, nobody on, a 52. That's going to be a check. A 6. We'll see what that is. Who it's to. It's going to be, we're checking the 52 is an error on the third baseman. And that check may just be an error on Gross, and it is. And what kind of an error is that? That is going to be, let's look again. That is going to be an one base error. So it's an E5, a 2 out, 1 base error on Gross. And here's Kenny Landreau. That's a 46. That's a ballpark. No ballpark home run. So that is going to be an out. And pitcher is on the A side. So it's going to be a fly ball left field. And that retires the side. So no runs, no hits. No walks, an error. 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-1. Billy Ball A's versus the Twins. Jim Essien leading off here against Albert Williams. Here's a pitch, and that's a 16, and that will be a bouncer to the shortstop. Smalley gloves it, fires the first in time. 1 down. Mario Guerrero is 0 for 2 today, and He's going to fly out center field. Landreau settles under it, squeezes it for the out, 2 away. And here's Jeff Cox, who's 1 for 2 today, and a 45 will be another out, and that will be bounced to short again. Smalley up the middle, spins, throws the first in the dirt, scooped out by Jackson, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. We go last licks for the Twins here in the top of the 9th inning. We're pushing Kingman to go for a complete game. He can face 32 batters, and he has faced 27, 28, 29, 30. So let's see what happens. Glenn Adams leading it off. 1 for 3 today with a 25, and that will be against a righty. That's a split space hit. So first batter, singles. There's some movement, some jostling going around over there in the bullpen for the Athletics. So that will be 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. He still can go a little bit. Well, he can go 32, and then we'll see if he allows the base runner. Rob Wilfong, runner on first. Here's a pitch, 54 chart. All right, with a runner on base, says men on base, wild pitcher pass ball at 10. And a 10, where is Kingman? Kingman's pass ball is a 14. A wild pitch is a 14. That will be a wild pitch. Going to second base is Adams. So that eliminates the double play possibility. Wilfong with a runner on second. And that's a 56, which will be strike 3. Get some swinging. 1 down. Hoskin Powell, who's 1 for 3 today. Here's a pitch from Kingman. And a 33. That is an 18, which will be strike 3. Back-to-back Ks. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts for Kingman. Not a big strikeout guy. Only had 116 strikeouts in 200 innings. So here's Danny Goodwin. Bats from the left side. He's 0 for 3 today. This is the Twins are to their last out. There's a runner on second. He's singled and then reached on second on a wild pitch. So Danny Goodwin steps to the box. He bats from the left side. 200 batter in that season, in 110 at bats. Here's a pitch from Kingman, a 62, and that's going to be strike 3, and the ball game is over. And no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Final score: A's 4, Twins 1. Twins had 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And I don't think they committed any errors. And the Athletics with 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 7, 8. So it's 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Twins, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the A's. The winning pitcher is Kingman. He goes to 8-7. In actuality, lost 20 games. But that you cannot, there's no way of controlling win and losses. There's no possibility of doing that. There's so many factors that play a major role. He was actually 8-20 in reality that season. So if you ever expect to replicate any kind of win-loss record, that's impossible. I've never been able to do it. Every so often you get lucky, you get close, and all these different factors, but just in general. Plus they're playing about 7 games better than they did in reality. I'm about 10 games over 500. I think there were 2 or 3 games over 500. So the loss is going to go to Erickson. I have to look. I'm going to input all this in my stat keeper. I like to do old school paper and pencil because it also allows me to stop and start the game a little bit easier. I could keep track with the computer, but I feel more secure being able to do things when I have my own handwriting in front of me, even though it's chicken scratch and so forth. But that was an outstanding game. It was a lot closer than the 4-1 score shows. They had plenty of opportunities. Small. They had a runner thrown out at the plate in the 7th inning. The A's had a big double play in the 5th inning. That made a big difference. They got him out of that inning. And 3 strikeouts to make 5 strikeouts for the game for Kingman in that last inning. So that was it, a complete game for Brian Kingman, something you don't see. I play all my games with the goal of pitching a complete game. I'm the type of manager that would mess up all their arms. But you know what? It's how I enjoy the game. I like my pitchers to go the complete game. Even in the leagues that I play, so far I've got 8 games in a row that they have pitched complete games, and I have Vita Blue going in an inside pitch league that I play in. So I'm going to see if he can complete the game, and that'll be 9. I think that's a league record. So I'm going to continue to go. I have about 10, 11 games left in the season, 10 games left in the season. So I'm going to try to establish a league record of complete games, if possible. You know what I'm saying? If the guy is being destroyed and it gets to the point where he may be forced out of the game, I got to pull him out. I don't have a choice. But it hasn't happened yet. So I have pretty good defense. They make the plays. And win or lose, he's going to try to go the complete game. So this is it, guys. This is Tony Porter. This is Cards and Dice. And it was great chatting with everybody. I'm so glad everybody could stop by and say hello. Greatly appreciated. And I will see everybody soon. Try Fall Classic Baseball. Probably one of the top 3 games out of all the games I play. See you guys soon.